Happy Memorial Day, one and all. A massive, heartfelt thank you to the veterans that have served, those with us, active and otherwise. God bless and thank you. I think that's only appropriate to open up the stream as such. Last night was quite a night, and welcome to those of you that's been hanging. Sorry, I had a double take moment. That's been hanging out here, very very patiently. I know this was scheduled. Maybe I think quite a few times. Say, hey, it's open panel time. We're gonna do an open panel, and it takes me a couple of years to get to it. But even today, I woke up feeling kind of drained. Last night was a trip, though. If you haven't already, absolutely go check out Chad Offbeat's live stream. I forget what it's titled, but it's with guests, and boy, were there some guests. And all of that to say, I've got some guests with us. Hey, Bass Girl, what's up, Ducks? I can't see you, Ducks, but I know you're there. Wicked, God bless you, brother. This is about a vibe. This is about an open conversation. I think because of the obvious respect we're all showing to Chad, Chelsea, Trevor, maybe not everybody truly got to say things they wanted to. I know I had my moment of crash. Please feel free to snip it, clip it, and do whatever y'all do. Judge whoever you want to be judged, or whoever you want to judge, or whatever the case. It's okay. I've got the thick skin, but blah, 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 me. Yes, yes, yes. I've got Cher, voices behind the wall. This is an individual. This woman has been podcasting in the true crime area way before I even knew it was a cool thing to do on YouTube. So I've been an admirer, a fan, and thankfully someone that I've been able to call friend throughout the years. And then there's this punk I met called Seafowls that is referred to as the Carney Army Juggalo Man. Both of these people are amazing. Seafowls and I have a wild story that will one day be made a movie, I swear. We've gone from friendship to wanting to harm one another to me drunk crashing out, which, you know, I have that reputation, to, well, here we are today. So let me just pull them up, by God. Here's that fella. Here's this young lady over here. Welcome, guys. We're doing our thing. This is a vibe. What's up, Seafowls? How the hell are you, man?
Hi, Internet. I'm good. I'm back. I'm here to rehash everything, I guess, kind of. It's weird how we all sort of met through this, and now it's now, and here we are.
That and Cher, by the way, an official public hello to you as well. How the hell are you?
Always good.
I'm starstruck. My God. Oh my God. I'm starstruck right now. You know, there is a unifying factor before I even jump into some of the questions I want to ask. We all kind of met through that creep who is still mentioned to this day. Tony Mother effing Dodge, American Dream. He's still out there. Hide your kids, hide your wife. He's still out there, the little creepo.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
I haven't paid any attention since everything went down, but it baffles me that, well, given everything we're about to talk about, no, it doesn't. I was going to say it baffles me that anyone still watches his stream, but then again, here we are for the reason we're all here. So I guess YouTube's a wild place, man.
There's a follower for every idiot.
Yeah, and it's, I think, I can't really speculate, but there's still some loyal followers out there that are there to just watch him update his life. And then there's, I think, people perhaps similar to myself who has just always had a bad feeling. I do feel bad that I think my name became a thing because I was a part of the campaign of like trolling the guy. But the more I got to know the guy, learn about the guy, and interview his mods and all that, objectively, maybe that, you know, people could say that was creepy, bro. But it's what I did. Everybody had some creepy ass shit to share about him. But
watched him since all that either. I just haven't gone to his channel again.
Are you comfortable with me asking? And this is not a Dodge themed stream, but are you comfortable at all kind of rehashing what was the beef between the two of you? Like, y'all had the same lane. Was that it? Like, was he jealous? Why did he go after you so hard?
Seafowls or me?
No, Dodge. Seafowls was there. He and Dodge used him.
I was gonna say, I don't think we ever really interacted other than like being in the same chats sometimes.
Yeah, no. This is specifically
unless there's some shit I forgot.
Oh. Me and him went at it.
Yeah, I remember. People were actively trying to persuade me not to visit your channel, not to talk to you, and I'd see his posts, just propaganda bullshit. Like, just why did that happen? Out of for my curiosity.
He just okay. Honestly, I got weird vibes from him. Started looking up missing kids in his area, and I tied him to a couple kids that knew him, and their families knew him. And then some other people reached out to me, and I tied him to a few missing adult women and children, and that started it.
So I'm assuming you shared uh your opinion, speculation, and
Yeah.
then
And
you.
even family members of the missing's personal thoughts as well, who they all knew Tony Dodge and had the same ideas I did as well. So it was interesting.
I was that's where I stopped messing with him because people in my old community, the pro pet squad, no, don't become a member. They were just like, yo, take it easy. This could get legal. And lo and behold, looking at everything as it stands now, maybe it's for the best, but I don't know. I'll eternally have the creeps about that fella. See, fellas, you were a little closer to the man. At least you were not, within contact, but that's, I think, how you were introduced to YouTube.
No, I mean, I was in contact as far as like I had his number and we talked on the phone and texted and shit all the time. And then he wanted me to be basically, he ended up making me his show. I became his most popular segment or whatever. And then I was just kind of the co host of the show and I was always there. Um, Still drinking super heavy at the time. Like that whole
Yeah, you
era
were.
for me is hazy because I was smashed the whole time I was on the internet. But basically, all the Upchurch stuff went down, and then I got mad at Dodge for. Oh, I didn't stand up for him. So he basically called me a bitch, and then I got mad at him, and then we got in a fight. And then not long after I split and started talking shit to him, I think is when excuse me, when I found out about all the stuff with Cher and those two going back and forth. And I was just thinking about this the other day, actually. Eli just randomly called into that show while I was up on panel, and they were shitting all over me for whatever reason they were shitting on me for that day. And Eli like stuck up for me. And I was like, damn, that guy's cool. I'm gonna go like find him on YouTube. And that was the start of it. He was nice to me once on the internet.
That that was the nature of how my name got shouted out by Crank Sinatra, which, Chad has not been wrong about how to fall into favor with a YouTuber star. 101, the manual is find someone he doesn't like and relentlessly go at their neck, or relentlessly sweep for somebody. And by God, those little ingredients, all of a sudden I'm in my robe and I'm out here just talking to like 4 people, and then there's 2,000 people. I'm like, what the hell is happening? Bro, right now, George said your name, dude. I'm like, oh, that was the beginning.
Great.
Was not prepared, but it helped teach me a lot of lessons. Before we get into anything, I do want to ask last night's panel, guys. That I think it was entertaining, insightful. There was a lot of names there that typically I don't think we'd be accustomed to seeing in the same place. By God, that's the beauty of the internet in the world. Any opinions on any segment of the Chad Offbeat live stream?
I mean, I'll say it gave me, not that I didn't respect them before, but it gave me a little bit more respect seeing them like at least openly admit that they know a lot of the attention is coming from the Upchurch stuff right now, and they intend to walk away from it, and they're aware their channel's probably going to slow down when they walk away from it, and like they're at least okay admitting that. Most YouTubers will be like, "No, oh, I'm the most authentic guy ever. I don't even want views. Views aren't even the point of this." It's like we're on YouTube. Yes, it is. Shut up.
Exactly. That's what my husband says all the time. You don't make a channel and not want people to watch.
If I wanted to sit here and talk to myself in my room, why am I doing it into a camera and a microphone?
Yeah.
That was one of the simplest, like that should be the first lesson you acknowledge before you hit the live button, before you decide you want to take any chance. You're opening yourself up. It is selfish to expect to be universally loved, appreciated, liked. I had that kind of naivete. Everything was so overwhelmingly positive. I was able to ignore the small negative, but then everything starts to equalize out. And that's where my own personal journey and having to learn from it, survive it, came into play for me personally. And I know both of you have had your own personal arcs where you've been forced. It's either adapt or hide, thrive or, not. We made our choices. I've seen you both go through it. What's up, Foxy? What's up, Cass? Welcome, guys. What's up, Stuck in the Middle? I didn't abandon you. We changed the schedule a little bit. So
I'm on this side, Josh, in your face.
Eat it.
That chat was funny last night with the Tony Dodge. Like every other comment was like, Tony Dodge is whatever.
Yeah, there was this one guy that kept dropping his name. Tony Dodge said this one time. You saw, so he's still to this day lingering, even though I know he doesn't like have the sway that his channel used to, but it says something. People all universally collected this kind of feeling or vibe about him that was like, something's not right, something's up, whatever it is. I don't know. Dude still legitimately gives me the creeps. That's all I'll say.
Yeah.
So with that being said, and welcome guys again. I'll do my happy Memorial Day. I hope everybody had maybe a sip of beer or 2 or 3 or 4 or more, had your meals, had some time with the family. We salute our vets. I said a prayer today. That's the best I can do. And now segueing right back, Cher, I wanted to ask before we open up further, you are an OG. I think I'm certain out of all of us here, even though I've been like privately vlog YouTubing since like early 2000s or like whenever YouTube first came out, but never did I aspire for I would talk about my atheism and look how much that's changed. I would talk about theology. I was ranting before I even knew I was going to try to do it a little bit more, but
so nothing's changed.
Yeah, no. I just accept that I'm live and there's a couple eyes on me and people are going to do, say, and think anything they want to, and that you have no control over that. That in of itself is a lesson to be learned. So what I want to ask you, Cher, is as the OG I see you to be, what was it specifically that pulled you into true crime and that made you want to go further and make a channel about true crime?
Well, I've always true crime since, I was into murder. My history all my life. It's just always been. And then as I got like into my late 20s, I started really like waking up to like kind of F the media, and I'm too nosy. I want to know for myself things, whether I'm being lied to or not, because the media is heavily edited. So my thing was always getting the story unedited and doing my own research, not just relying on what a freaking documentary on like Netflix or on Lifetime or something was telling people. That always made me want to know more. So it's always been in me, but what made me start my channel, I was kind of forced to make my channel because I was power of attorney for a high profile murderer from Texas. Her name is Rhonda Glover. And she was married to an oil tycoon and she shot and killed him. So I was defending her for going on like 4 years, 3.5 years. So I made my channel then because she wanted me to, and she wanted me to get her story out there. I was fighting. I had old attorneys, judges, people who wrote books, people who did like movies or whatever, documentaries on her, all willing to change their tune. And she ended up during the George Floyd situation. I lived there, right? That was my backyard where that happened. So She then decided, right at that same time as George Floyd stuff, she wanted me to stop the appeal we were going for, which was battered women syndrome. And she would have gotten out on that, but she wanted me to blame 2 Black men that didn't even exist, who were supposedly gardeners, and say that they shot her oil tycoon baby daddy.
Are we
And that's
supposed
when
to say allegedly now when we say people didn't exist? Didn't somebody just get in a lot of trouble for that?
oh, no, but there's proof they didn't exist. I'm fine with it.
I
Bitch
know,
is still
I'm
in jail,
fucking with
so
you.
okay, allegedly. In my opinion, I think they
I
didn't
was just
exist.
thinking, like, that's word for word what got him into this situation.
Damn it. There we go. All right, thank you, Seafold.
I give you free reign
Yeah.
here. I mean, it's okay. So I'm just recapping. So this woman, this individual, asked you to actually create your channel so that you
Yes,
could help
I didn't
run
want to.
defense for her, and then she asked you to abuse your platform for her.
Yeah, after like the first 3.5 years, but she wanted me to blame the 2 African American gentlemen that, in my opinion, allegedly did not exist. And I said, Rhonda, I can't do that. Like, what? Like, we have a bunch of people, like, there was almost a race war started from that in Minnesota. Like, it's all public to see. There's no alleged about that. And there was scary things being said, like they wanted to go up north where I was living and R-word the women and children, and like it was a whole race thing. And up north we were all like, we fucking dare motherfucker come up here, like we got 20 guns in every house. You know what I mean? Like, this isn't gonna be good. And I'm like, Rhonda, you're gonna get me killed. No, this isn't. Our calls and letters have all been monitored for 3.5 years. You can't do that. So yeah, that's how it started. That's how I started my channel. And then I quickly left that and I was brought right into the Chris Watts situation and went from there.
That's okay. First off, I had no idea that was the origin story. Holy
Yeah.
crap.
We
That's a
caught a
movie.
case. We caught a case because I live streamed a murderer on my I went live. She told me it was allowed. So yeah, she ended up calling me. Like, I was calling her my mom and stuff. I was her power of attorney, and she called in my channel, or we went on someone else's channel. It was before I was live streaming. And yeah, I brought her. I I live streamed the murderer, and that's a no-no.
I would assume.
Why?
Why is it a no-no to live stream a person that's killed people?
Are we not allowed to interview Charles Manson? Are we not allowed to interview,
I think she just didn't do the proper, like, she said the warden did it as like a interview pass, but it wasn't. It was just normal jail phone call. And
oh, okay. Yeah, that'll do it.
It just wasn't done properly is what it was.
This is okay. So this is Voices Behind the Wall right here. I'm gonna drop her link down. That she has been able to get some of the craziest access to individuals while the case is hot. Like, it's also one of the reasons why she's always been there on my feed, and her ability to be so consistent and get so impassioned. It's one of the reasons, as a matter of fact, why she specifically came to mind for this particular live stream. So to kind of hone in here, openly stating, listen, everything we're going to share here while we're vibing, we have our differing opinions. I think we all agree on the verdict. I know there's debate regarding it, and it's becoming now a martyred form of a case for free speech. So that being said, we know that there are consequences, though, and no one is free of that. What is and if you don't mind, and feel free to say, I'd rather not comment, what is your particular opinion on the Rodney case as it all has played out to where we are now? And do you also agree with the verdict because of due to Ryan Upchurch's actions? And sorry, that was loaded, but
Go ahead, Seafowl. I need a minute.
No feet to the fire, please. There's no sense of pressure. We can move on as well. But I am aware, like, let's not pretend. There are people out there still. They may feel like they have to remain silent, especially now. People are doing victory laps. I'm not here to reopen old wounds, by God. So if you're using your own judgment not to make the comment, then we can indefinitely. But like, here, Seafowls, you in general, regarding the case, we were both there while it was all picking up steam. I famously have mentioned during a high school reunion that was so many years after actually being in high school, I ran away to just watch Xana May and Upchurch go at it on Tony Dodge's panel. Like, so we've all had our own speculations and theories. What is your take now that it's all said and done with hindsight? What's your take on the case? What's your take on the verdict?
Well, I mean, first things first, I agree with the verdict, and I called it like 4 years ago when this all popped off immediately. I was like, dude, he's going to get sued and he's going to lose. And everyone said, you're dumb, free speech. And I said, okay. Does anybody want to apologize yet? But as far as the Rodney case goes, I think kind of the same way you were asking Cher, like what got her into true crime. This whole thing pushed me into learning more about true crime, but more about really how crime investigations actually work. And I think that's what never got talked about during this whole thing. And the thing that always comes to mind is like, okay, they couldn't find this car. We had no idea where this car was. Apparently, it was in the lake. But then all of a sudden, this YouTube channel with some incentive from another YouTuber goes out there and immediately finds it. And that was one of the things where I was like, wait a minute, that doesn't make sense. Like, what? How did these dudes just roll up and find it when they've apparently been scouring this lake with all the technology known to mankind? And then I kind of did some research, and I think what was happening there is actual law enforcement wasn't releasing information because they didn't want to play their own hand. And then AWP rolled up and found it, and they kind of had to just be like, well, fuck, okay. And kind of blew the case for them, like, before they were ready, if that makes sense.
Or made them look incredible. Well, either way, the PD over there looked incredibly incompetent after that, in my opinion.
Either way, it was a PR nightmare.
Yeah. Do you think it's weird that AWP was asked not to look in that specific spot?
Like,
why let them search it all and just say, no, you're not needed? You know what I mean? But go ahead and search, but not here. And that's where the car was found.
So the conspiracy theory in me wants to run with that. Like, oh, what are they hiding? But again, if the investigators aren't trying to reveal all the details they have, and someone's like, we're going to come in and investigate, like, there's not really a good way to be like, yeah, but don't go over there, please. Like, you kind of, what are you going to do? Pull them aside and be like, all right, here's the gig. But you also know they're YouTubers and they're there to report on it. So if you tell them that, they're going to blow the case. So I feel like towards the end of it, when AWP got involved, everyone kind of just had to let that play out how it did, even though they weren't like ready, or they weren't, I think they were looking for more information than they had, and then it all just kind of came out overnight.
Any counter comment regarding that, or just curious?
I mean, I honestly think it's messed up. I think it's weird. I think it's weird Xana May was kayaking right over the exact area.
That did trip a lot of people up. That tripped me up. I do feel, I mean, regardless of whatever still bugs some people, and there are people that just look at it in hindsight and it's like, this felt a little, whatever the case. Me personally, I feel bad for how I acted toward Xana May, just because I knew there was some level of having a stage. And I don't know how else I can go over the footage and the timing at the time as it's going, and when people are still speculating. It was a wild thing to be a part of. But yeah, I don't know. I have no suspicions personally, my own opinion, regarding Xana May, and you know, I'm very remorseful, but I know that's not how everybody feels.
I don't feel that way.
I will say, I think there's a lot more to the story than we're ever going to get, but
oh yeah.
I I
But you're
feel
probably
like
right too. They probably did have more like under their belt, like you're saying too, and they just didn't want it out yet. They certainly didn't want a YouTuber to get it out. I believe that, yeah.
yeah, they absolutely didn't want those dudes to just roll up and be like, "Hey, found it. It's right there." Like that was the last thing they needed, especially when a case already has national attention and everybody's already like at the end of the day, people are people and somebody somewhere in a chain of command had to make some decisions and they were like, well fuck, we can either leak everything to the media and if this is a murder then the suspect knows, or we can try to keep it a secret, but these YouTubers are all over the place trying to solve the case for us even though we're the investigators. We kind of do this for a living.
Uh, what I wanted to, being that I understand your overall feelings, share regarding the case. I am curious though, to my knowledge, and we've had some discussions. You were pretty much, I think, an advocate of understanding why Ryan Upchurch was able to say everything and anything he did. But what recently has occurred that has made you now like in agreement with the settlement and or verdict, or at least made you change your opinion on his character?
As for a settlement, I think the amount is a little wild, but that's my opinion. I didn't realize he had said so much because I watch so much, and I'm having conversations with suspects of multiple other cases. I can't literally watch every single thing coming out of Ryan Upchurch's mouth. So I've seen some things more recently. As far as Kylie Rodney being a real person, I mean, that was really dumb of him to say. I believe Kylie Rodney is real, her family is real, all of that. I don't believe necessarily the story on how she died. I That's my personal opinion though. But I do believe she was real. I think that's where he really messed up. And yeah, I mean, if I'm being honest, I have a whole lot of questions on that case still, but I'm a huge conspiracy theorist, right? So there's that. But yeah, I think he's learning his lesson now for sure. But to say that someone didn't exist is, I mean, like Sea Fowls, I kind of figured, well, yeah, there's the lawsuit. But what changed my mind wasn't even all of that, to be honest, because it was more seeing him, in my opinion, it's my opinion, he is abusive to his baby mom. And I can't get behind that. That's when I was like, okay, wait, hold on. And Mark has seen me wrestling with this because I'm like, well, what the fuck? Or sorry, cussing.
Yeah, I don't
Um,
give a shit.
but no, I just couldn't back that. And then I saw him do the kidnapping thing, and I'm like, okay, so now she's not within his grasp to harm. Now he's using the law to further harm, and that's something I've lived through. And I was like, okay, I can't. As far as the whole upchurch on drugs, I mean, I always knew that. He's admitted that. I kind of, in my mind, was like, well, what artist isn't dabbling kind of thing, right? Um,
I'll speak up right now and say all of my favorite artists are on drugs.
yeah,
It's not a
yeah,
weird thing.
yeah.
One of the
So
big
that
things.
didn't really bother me, honestly, about him. But I can say now I see like, and this isn't even a dig at Upchurch, really. It's just like, dude, get some help, Because now, and you remember too, like, I attacked his freaking mom. I was like, what the hell? Because I, again, let my history and my emotions, I'm like, what the heck? And now I feel bad because I feel like his mom did everything. Like, she knew what was going to happen. That's why she was doing everything, buying up the properties and whatever, like she was trying to save his up. But I feel bad about that now.
Yeah, I never went after her. I was consistent on that. Even though I've heard so many different opinions, and regarding her behavior and activities with other fellas, like that's just out of my purview. I just had no idea that was the thing that people were using as to weaponize, I suppose. And I have no say
That
on
kind of
that.
family stuff shouldn't even be online. right? Like, we shouldn't even
Yeah.
know about all that, to be honest.
Hold on. There's a comment I'm interested in reading. Anything that's typed out, it's gonna pull my attention. I'm late to the stream, but if I'm being honest, people are telling this stuff much different than how they were acting at the time it was going on. Everyone was cool with and not saying not. You're absolutely
That's
100%
true.
right, HK.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's
That's
why
true.
I called it my apology arc. You know, where I just felt so humbled and humiliated that I just had to try my best to make amends. And I think also I've seen C Files go through his own version. And well, sure, you've been actually quite consistent. You remain so. You
I
never said
still feel
anything.
like somewhere in the middle, like, dude needs to get some help. I hope he gets help, and I want to see him do good eventually, but uh everything just seems so dark and twisted and abusive, in my opinion, right now with him.
When I saw, and it was thanks to Chad Offbeat releasing that footage when he was using the plausible deniability tactic, where apparently, I fucking hate this allegedly shit. He's handed Beth's letter and
uh
either rips it up himself or asks someone to rip it for him. And then when he goes to the station ready to get her ass put behind bars, he's like, yeah, this is a kidnapping, like playing pretend that he had no knowledge of anything. That's the biggest character flaw he brought onto himself, and that's one of the elements that made you kind of change your mind
yeah,
about him.
I had hated all of that. Yeah.
Yeah, there's no really coming back from that in my opinion. His own actions, and many of us back then, we were all about it, but and then throughout, though, I think what's forgotten, because it's easy to remember when everybody was more impassioned, but as it went on and on and on, and some people called it out sooner than others, and that was the bandwagon, if you want to put it that way. I hopped on, like, where I started to acknowledge he was just going too far and saying things for certain, and weaponizing his audience. And I think we've all felt what it's like to have entire communities or just people that will round up their peoples to go at us. That level of empathy is what makes me feel so damn invested, because I had never experienced anything like it, and to this day, I won't forget it. And I know
Well,
both of you have been through that.
Yeah,
yeah, I
that's
didn't realize that he was paying people as well to, I don't know how you want to put it, be his mouthpiece or whatnot, which means he probably pays people to go on the attack on his behalf too. I mean, I don't know, just wondering.
Oh yeah, no. I don't. I think that's absolutely concrete. Like from my own experience, and I'm not going to rehash it because I've said it so many times. I have firsthand accounts of like the people hitting me in the back streets and trying to police my behavior and asking why I was where I was and what I was saying, and demanding me to pop up and do their bidding and dance puppet dance. Like that shit is crazy. And then there's people policing you, then you have the people that just want to run you off or want to see you do harm onto yourself. I'll never forget this. I've only mentioned once throughout the years of having a platform. I didn't like talking about it because it was used against me, but there were people that were asking me to end my Minecraft account time and time again, repetitiously. Imagine waking up to that day in and day out. At some point, you snap and you're like, I'm not going to be a victim anymore, but it can go the other way, and we've seen it go the other way. And that's why I have such a passionate kind of vitriol for that element of YouTubing.
yeah. Before we get too far away from that comment, I think what I've taken away from all of this is everything has the opportunity to be a gigantic lesson for everyone here. I think in the beginning, nobody really understood like the gravity of the situation. I think we were all just kind of YouTubers being YouTubers talking shit on the internet. And then, like, for me personally, the more I found out about gross shit behind the scenes regarding Upchurch, the more I was like, okay, well, fuck that guy. He kind of seems like a piece of shit now. And like to try to tell anybody back then would just get you like Eli said, attacked by Creek Squad. So like
Yep.
people were trying to say stuff back then. We just couldn't because nobody was listening. So now here's our opportunity to clear the air now that everything's said and done.
I
Yeah,
watched both of you guys get attacked by, yeah, I mean, I watched it happen. And even still, for the longest, I'd go say what up in Eli's chat, but I did not take no part in talking about Ryan Upchurch at all. I just was like, hey, Eli, hope you're good. What up? I mean, see if you're in there sometimes, but I just didn't take part in the conversation because I wasn't there. And neither one of you guys ever made me feel like get on this side of the wagon, share whatever. Like you all let me come to my own at my own time. And I think you guys are real cool if I didn't either. So
there
I
was
don't
a
want people to
pocket.
think like we're all just starting a bandwagon together. We all came at it different times, kind of.
Yes, and just saying it out loud, obviously, like there was the element
Mhm.
of the Tweak Squad that was absolutely, for whatever reason, they did not want me associating with you. I don't know how much of that was dodge, but it seemed to bleed over
Okay.
into the people on the back streets that are like, no, 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 stay away. It's not good for your channel. This whole policing shit, mob mentality crap is just fucking nuts.
That's
Um,
how
eh,
the
Inescapable though. Regarding that though, I mean, Seafowls, like any experiences that you're comfortable talking about regarding what it was like to be on the receiving end of just mob mentality, people that were told to judge you or judged you because you're not human to them because you're behind a screen.
Or still do it literally to this day, like several hours ago. I'm
Yeah, I saw the
still
clip.
dealing with this nonsense.
I saw the clip
Um,
on somebody else's large channel where a large channel just threw your name out there.
no, I mean, I'll talk about the whole thing. I'm comfortable saying whatever. I don't know. I guess it's still somewhat shocking to me, even though I've seen this time and time and time again in multiple different unconnected YouTube spheres. Like, I could talk about a bunch of streamers that most of the people on Eli's channel probably haven't heard of that have basically experienced the exact same thing. But either way, it's shocking how fast a mob of people will just immediately decide they want someone to control alt delete themselves because a dude came out and was like, yeah, I don't like this guy. I think this guy's weird, whatever. And then that immediately devolves into calling people a PDF file. And now
Yep.
I'm getting all this nonsense about I'm trafficking children and this and that and blah blah blah.
Oh,
So I just what's that?
sorry. I'm just like that's BS. Sorry.
Oh no, you're good. So yeah, I was just always kind of trying to get away from it, but it's a hard predicament to be in because if you talk about it, you perpetuate it and people keep coming back because the drama is still going. But if you don't talk about it, it's well, he's not addressing it, so obviously it's the truth. So it's literally a
Hmm.
lose-lose. You talk about it and you lose, or you don't and you lose. I'm just kind of not going to talk about it. I'm just going to go my own way, do my own thing. Cut to, I found myself a girlfriend who happened to have children already. And the internet follows me wherever I go because I'm a YouTuber and that's just part of my life. And I don't know how much Cher knows about, I ended up having to get a restraining order on another YouTube lady for a completely unrelated reason, but they found all the Upchurch, oh, he's a PDF file stuff, and started using that to say I was putting certain videos behind a Patreon paywall because I couldn't put them up on YouTube. So now here I am trying to enter into this woman's life that I want to be with and be a part of that. And immediately it's, oh my God, now her kids are living with this dude who's doing creep. And I'm like, well, we can't really have that going around because people are going to call CPS and get your children taken away. And I don't want to be a part of that. So I guess I'll just I don't know, like, how do you deal with that? And it ultimately kind of came to the ultimatum of like, I couldn't do social media the way I wanted to. I had to keep a lot of my accounts private. I had to be really careful about what I said and like even showing what skate park I was at because oh my god, what if they figure out you're here and then that means you're in this area and then they figure out how and it just gets to the point where you can't even go live your life anymore. And I'm not even like famous. I can't imagine if like I guess any celebrity, think any celebrity is a good example, but I can't imagine what it's like to have that times 100, 1,000, a million. Like, I don't even think it happened to me on a big scale and it impacted my life that much. I can't imagine if it was worse, which I feel like is
Right.
what the Rodneys got.
Massively. And actually, for you to spell it out that detailed, that's what I'd hope the people that are maybe still nut riding on Upchurch, like blindly, with all due respect to everybody with their opinions, C-Files is explaining something on a smaller scale, but multiply that by the millions, which is why I agree with the level of accountability that's being levied, that has been levied at him, and you know what, the mallet has been hit. I don't regarding 18 million. It's a huge price, but it's an important example to me for this reason. He should have damn well have known with over 3 million people to say things like, 100%, without no allegedly, no my opinion, and literally saying, good guys, good gals, go do this, go do that. You are clearly using your people, your fans, the ones that help you make that living off of your fame and your just idiocy. You're using them as nothing more than tools. And that is the kind of abuse that I'm happy is punished. And this leads me out into, feel free to say no comment. Are there any other individuals regarding this particular case that you feel maybe have some further accountability due and got very lucky and not? Nobody has to say anything.
I
I have
mean,
my feels.
I'm thinking of like 30 people right now. Most of
Yeah.
most of the YouTube channels that spawned to react to Upchurch's crazy ramblings helped perpetuate the rumors, helped perpetuate the doxing, helped like there's a thing called accessory to insert crime here. I know everybody's thinking about Kurt right now. I'll say his name, but there's like 30 people that you could make the same argument about.
Sorry, I'm also trying to multitask. I am reading every comment, by the way. HK, I just want to spell out and OT, like people like you guys have reinstated some level of faith for me to continue to hit a live button and accept, because you guys resemble the hope of people like getting to actually see or connect with you and not just go off of the preconceptions that were popular. So I do appreciate it. Like, I'm not attempting to glaze. I'm attempting to share my gratitude. I know there were times where we were ops because we were on differing sides and we had different opinions. But by God, thank you for just showing that you can acknowledge somebody for being a human being that's not in any way infallible. And that's the humility that I think is important for verdicts like this, to give people that are high up on that pedestal a little knock down, to remember that they're in this shit with the rest of us and just as accountable as an everyday Joe would be.
Do you guys mind if you put a comment up a minute or two ago, and it was something, or maybe you didn't pin it, but someone made a comment in the chat that said something like, it's just possible that Upchurch was just forever an a-hole, right?
Yes.
This is part that really messes with my head because, as you know, I'm really heavy into the Summer Wells case. And while everyone, they're upset at church, whatever, I am not happy with a lot that I'm seeing. So, I mean, I unsubscribed and I'm done with it, especially knowing he pays for only talking good on him. And that makes me think it's my opinion, he's paying for also people to attack certain people like C. Fowles, Eli.
Convinced of it.
But the other part is people forget too that, like, I can't ignore it or forget, he has put tens of thousands of dollars in multiple missing kids and adult cases. He gave that car out and promised it, and he gave it. And he put funds into Summer Wells's case. Now, I didn't ever hear him speak on Summer Wells's case, and I have my own people telling me, oh, he kind of effed that up too. I don't know that. I just know he helped with the reward fund. And so that's the part too where, like, I don't know. I don't want also people to forget he has done some good things, but that's for me, Eli, when you were like, well, what did it? But that was hard for me too, to be like, okay, but he's done good, but then, like, well, is it because you've done so much bad too? Like, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
it's just
we can't claim to be arbiters. Nobody
frustrating.
can claim to be the arbiter of like somebody's intent. Like, I will say this: it's a weird optic to me that what was it? The one AWP fella that did get the bike was one of the few people that testified in a positive way on his behalf, and with his entire history
Oh,
being I buy this and that for you, and it's leverage if you go against me. Otherwise, enjoy. It
I
leaves,
learned that, yeah, in the last 2 days. Yeah, you're right. That
but
mhm.
There's
that doesn't erase like any of the acts of good that are there. I just feel
well,
that the scales have been tipped with the negative. What's up,
I
Seafowl?
mean, two
Yeah.
things, multiple things really, but the expression is two things can be true at the same time. Like, who are we to say that maybe before the substance abuse allegedly that he's admitted to got out of control, maybe he was trying to do good and maybe he did want to give to charities and whatever. Also, it is a good optic to be like, look at me with my millions of dollars and I give this much money to charity. Also, when you do that, you get to write it off on your taxes. So there
I'm just
is
saying that.
like,
Yep.
I'm not just going to say he's a piece of shit because that's what everyone expects me to say, but there are reasons other than look at how big my heart is to give to charity.
I'm going to use an anecdotal experience, which is typically something you're told not to do if you're like debating or speaking publicly. But I think, and this wasn't the straw that broke the camel's back for me. It was just yet another one and another one. When I was just live streaming, this wasn't even terribly long ago. Live streaming, there's like, I don't know, 10, 12 people that I call OGs because they've been around. And then he jumps in, must be, I hate the alleged part, maybe allegedly messed out of his fucking head because he decides to inject himself into a small chat live stream. Then I change the title and I tag him and I'm like, a wild Upchurch enters the chat. And he starts talking. And my apologies, ladies and gentlemen. This is cringe, secondhand cringe. I'm just going to say it as a scientific textbook was. He came in and started monologuing about my penis. Start talking about my dick. I don't know. And out of that exchange, because I started to make him my bitch in a way. I know he's your grace and he is the king over there. I'm just a little nobody that pays my taxes and goes to work every damn day. But
That he's real worried about.
right,
Yeah, I was just thinking that, T-Mouse, but he's worried about you.
blocked me and Seafhouse on Instagram because he doesn't like our truth bombs, and like so bothered, and he took a snippet, he took a clip, and I think he tried to create a narrative that it didn't pan out the way the Addy brain processed. He thought it was going to be some big W and everybody was going to come at me or it was going to scare me away. That was just one of the many final examples I needed for me to come to the conclusion, yeah, he is a fucking piece of shit. And
What was
maybe
the first thing, Eli, before all that? What, like, you asked me, see if I was, what was the number one, like, what made you be like, okay, I got to get off this train? Like, what was the first straw for you?
Oh, this is easy because this was the defining moment where I started to become questioned. My loyalty was questioned by multiple channel holders, one that is very publicly known, and I've said time and time again, you fucking coward, and others. When I went on, and I'll say his name, nobody likes him, but you know what? Everybody has to accept. No matter how much you dislike somebody for whatever reason, it doesn't devalue the fact that they say something true. So PBR is one of the most famously hated individual on YouTube regarding Crack
Did you just
Squad.
dead name him? How
PBR,
dare you?
motherfucker. PBR, PBR, PBR. Think what you will. And a lot of the shit done to him is still excused because of how he is viewed. Regardless, I'm not fucking sweeping for him, but I drew the line when on my platform, when there were hundreds and hundreds of people here, some dumb bitch got on my panel and live started telling everybody, go call CPS on this man. Please do it. Please do it. Call CPS. And after that, after I deleted it, he went live, called me out about it. And I felt just as a man, it would be right for me to apologize. And I made it clear that was nothing. I would never, I don't want to be associated with that. I went on camera. I apologized. One of the few, maybe one of the only people to do that. That was on that side. That was deemed unacceptable. The shit I got from the Crack Squad cult and Kurt. That was the moment where just they were way too invested in the fact that I went on the opposition's area and apologized as if my apology is a reflection of Creek Squad as a whole. And that's how I was treated.
You're your own person. Seafall's his own person, and I certainly am my own person. Like, what?
Yeah, well, and that was it. Like, I just still can't wrap my head around taking personal offense to somebody else handling their shit to apologize. And it's not even an act I did. I was the host. I had the format, and people use that to go after somebody's children. So hate on somebody all you want. And by the way, again, he's the first motherfucker that clocked it all. Hate on him all you want. Think he's a creep and a weirdo. None of that takes away that he predicted it, and he predicted it first. And that's all I'll say about it.
Well, I watched both of you go through it. Like we were all, whatever you want to call us, fans, stands, whatever. We were Creek Squad, right? At once upon a time, all three of us.
I've openly admitted several times, and I'll still admit, watching Upchurch's YouTube channel was kind of the thing. Like, I had been teetering on the idea of doing YouTube, and then I was watching Upchurch one day, and I was like, fuck, I think I could do that. Like, I think I see what he's doing here. Little did I know, I had no idea what was going on behind the scenes, but, like, he's kind of the one that pushed me into doing YouTube in the first place.
Upchurch was one of your inspirations?
I was a fan of his channel before anything else, and like I would watch it and be like, I think I see the game here. Like, I think I see kind of the puzzle pieces and how he's so successful at this. And then I got introduced to him and all hell broke loose, and I realized he's just very good at making things seem a certain way on camera. But yeah, he was like not the reason I started a channel, but he was definitely like one of the things that tipped the scales into me saying, okay, I'm going to do it.
Okay, so he was a factor in you building up the courage to hit the live button.
100%, yeah. It's ironic because, like, when I started, I was like, man, it'd be cool if I could do something with Upchurch. And then I did. And boy, did that backfire.
Yeah, I mean, the highs were high, by God. It's amazing how overnight it was from, streaming to the usual, who I'm so grateful for. And then, like, the super chat. We got another super chat. We got another.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
I hear that shit in my dreams, dude. I have PTSD. Yeah. That's like not even a joke.
Even on Stuck in the Middle, I can't say super chat out loud. I'd say support, but that's like like DSP is a locale. He says support, send your support, please. So I don't even know how to ever breach that shit. But when it was happening in real time, like, it was jaw dropping, all because some dude said my fucking name, shared my video, and so did his mother, Patty, who I did get to know pretty damn well. And I stream with her a lot regarding her spirituality journeys. And what about your opinions, guys, on Patty that you can say safely? Because I don't judge her very harshly, but I know people have very strong opinions. I
never really, even when she was doing YouTube lives and doing, what was it, an Etsy store? Whatever she was doing when she was more public. I never really went over there. I never really got into it. I know everyone around me always said she was really nice, but then again, the other side to that coin is, was she being really nice for her own reasons? I have no idea. I really
Right.
didn't get much involvement with her.
We all thought Ryan was really nice too.
And Ryan came from somewhere.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. That I feel bad for certain things I did attack her on, but at the same time, like you said, Ryan comes from somewhere, and I'm not gonna lie, just because I'm not happy with some of Ryan's behaviors. There are things about her behaviors that I just don't like either. So
And there's also certain things about being in a home with an addict that, if Patty is really this angel, just good hearted, never did anything wrong woman, it doesn't make sense that she would be able to stand living in that kind of environment. Like, I'm not accusing her of doing drugs. I'm not accusing her of doing anything. I'm just saying there's a lot of not cool shit that happens when you live with a drug addict, and you're either complacent in it or directly a part of it.
there you go. Yeah. I mean, it's not a secret. She knows what was going on, but as long as she was getting pulled up at the Grand Old Opry and all of that, she was cool with it, I don't know. I'm asking.
No,
Allegedly.
okay. No,
But
this is
also, if your son has all the money and the $1 million house and everything, how, as a parent, do you even be like, hey, stop what you're doing? Because he'll just be like, do you fucking like this house? Do you like your car? Do you like this?
Yeah.
okay. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I feel like not forced, but I would be disingenuous not to make a comment. Like, all right, we know some of the common narratives, which I'm only speaking. I'm a third party here. That she has quite the body count and was very friendly with this, that, and the other. Also,
Not our
people
business.
saying, "Huh? What's that?"
That's not our business.
Old ladies
I
Okay.
don't
need
care
love
about how
too,
many
man.
people. I don't care about that kind. That's not no one's business.
Just
You know what I mean?
no, it fairly and astutely put is just one of the unavoidable narratives, commentary that seems to come right around when her name is mentioned. So we have that, and you can maybe tie that with her approach to the way he conducted business. But all of that, it doesn't cancel out how I think, regardless of people thinking about her mind state or her motivations. Have we definitively proved that she was buying these other properties to protect them? Is that the consensus?
I'm
That's what
still
I
not
want to
sure
believe.
about. I'm still not sure what to think about all the property thing.
Yeah, it's
I
weird.
don't
Like, why
know.
not just talk to him about it? Like, hey, let's have this so we have assets in case something happens. I don't know why it all happened behind his back, but then look at how he is. There's no talking to him.
Yeah, no.
I
I've
got
never.
3 teenagers, and sometimes there's just like you got to pick and choose your battles. So maybe she was like, "Listen, I'm in control of this. I'm going to save my son's butt." But was she doing it to save her son's butt, or was she doing it to save her own butt too? Because I don't really know either. I'm with Seathills on that.
I think both
It's
can be
confusing.
true. I
There's
mean,
Yeah,
also, wasn't she a big part of, was it Blue Moon? She was a big part of one of the companies, right?
I think it was
So
yeah.
like,
identified in court that she was like the big one, the big guy, the head honcho. My memory might
Yeah.
be playing tricks on me, but
either way, I'm saying I'm a businessman now. I know how to think about business. I don't know if her headspace was even in the place to be thinking about this right now. But if you're the one in charge of a company like that, you're in charge of the company's assets. And
Yeah.
if she was trying to save everything, maybe she was trying to save everything to put it under assets of her company to keep it. Or
Uh,
maybe she knew the gravy train was drying up and she wanted to get some shit that she could liquidate after she was no more. Both are valid reasons to do what she did. I genuinely don't know.
Do you guys know, like, I don't know when the whole house thing started. Was it all during Kylie Rodney situation? Did it start before? Do you guys know?
When the Rodney thing started, or the Trouble in
When she
Paradise.
started buying up properties and houses and stuff, does
I
anyone know
I,
when it
I can
started
only
around?
I can only give you my opinion from watching all of the other clip channels reactions of the day, and in my opinion, it is seemingly, maybe coincidentally, somewhat after there was some base level backlash that
For Kylie
this
Rodney?
started to come. Yep, hand in
Okay.
hand around the Rodney era, and a little bit after. Some of the damage was already done when certain people were trying to put distance between themselves. Yeah, this is when it
And
seemed like he
It was,
that's what it looked like to me too.
yeah, it was right around when there was starting to be rumors of a possible lawsuit, and
Okay.
I was like the reactor apocalypse when all the Upchurch reactors just fell off, except for like the 4 that still exist today.
Yeah,
Well,
and apologies.
ten
I'm
thousand
reading
dollars
from.
would make my channel still exist too.
Wouldn't it? That'd be nice.
Yeah, hey, let's maximize those super chats. Let's get a 10K super chat. Uh, yeah, and somebody Red Foxy said it was after. Yep, and maybe who's to say? We're on the outside looking
That
in.
makes
Maybe
me feel like it was for protection then, if that's the
yeah,
case.
yeah. I don't know if I mean, I'm not the one that's going to say we can officially put to rest that she did any sort of
Yeah.
thievery here, but maybe I think comparatively to Ryan, she had maybe the sharper mind, shockingly enough, and she saw about maybe protecting some assets. Because look now, word on the streets are like the liens have already begun to be put on properties he owns.
Wow,
Oh,
So
I'm
they didn't
sure.
waste any time. They didn't waste
it,
no time with that.
no, I don't. I don't. I think the intention is not to allow him to have any time, or to liquidate or to anything. Like they're really going to stick it to him. And I know
You guys
there's the
honestly
subject
think 17.5 million is legit fair though? I don't. I think that's a little,
a little too
because like
steep.
they didn't sue nobody else. Only the person they knew had money. Now I don't think that they did all this for a GoFundMe or whatever. Like I'm seeing more and more stuff now. I don't believe any of that. I don't like I'm not saying that, but 17.5 million seems a little steep. Because
It
that's my
does. I
opinion.
do think there's definitely an element of let's make an example out of this guy here because there's also
True.
starting to be. I'm also looking at this through the wider lens of like all of society, and there's starting to be more and more like YouTubers and public figures starting to have repercussions for the things they're
Yeah.
saying. It seems like the tide is starting to shift on that, and I legitimately think the Upchurch case will be used as like pretty much case study and set a new precedent for all future defamation cases. So like,
Yep.
is it steep? Yes, but I personally agree with making an example out of these people because the shit needs to stop.
I'll call out my own bias. I have it. Deal with it. So that being said, oh, and that wasn't personal share. That was just in general.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So I think based on all the flexing he's done, based on how many times, even I hate to fucking bring up his name, but like Cashville commented under one of my lives for just like Kurt decided to insert himself into a live that had fuck all to do with him and then go at me and then go on the panel last night and talk about unlike you, Progressive Patriot. I'm not reading the chat. I'm having a conversation while I'm in the chat. No shit, fuckface.
Yeah. I
But
tuned out right before that. 'Cause, yeah,
that's
I
when the
would
fun.
flip out.
I expressed my apologies on the back streets to Chelsea because I felt personally like, oh God, I just changed the entire tone. But I think while I mostly felt bad about it, it let some people air out some real grievances. For one, we had shortly thereafter, like people were calling out just about everybody in the panel. It was super intriguing to listen to that Jordan fella talk about his experiences because he knew Ryan before like he had any sort of standing or fame. That was crazy work. That shows a pattern of Upchurch's behavior. Let me make it clear before I rant further. I think it's an important example, and I do think he was used as an example, which is why it's as steep as it is. And like the comments from one Cashville saying, "Bubba, he makes $200,000 a month. He's not going anywhere. He's just fine." That kind of flexing,
Oh,
that kind of PR, that makes me feel
no, I
oh,
just
that's
looked.
bad.
It says he's negative 10 million now in the hole. Negative 10 million is what, Google it right now if you can. It literally says he is negative 10 mil.
I also, this is a good point.
Look up.
Speaking of being in the comments while you're having a conversation with somebody, some people can do both. Gabriel in the chat said the family did offer to settle for 300 grand, and church said no, we're going to trial. So there is
What?
that.
Ryan!
I forgot
Dude.
about that. Yeah, they offered to just drop this whole thing, and church was like, no, we're going to trial.
Listen, I think 1 mil or half a mil would have been even a good example for some of these YouTubers, to be honest. But holy shit. So
Oh, yeah,
he thought he was
YouTubers
talking.
don't have money. By the way, PSA, everyone, YouTubers don't have money.
Okay, just so
No,
can
you can
you
sue
guys see
me
it?
for my debt. Me and Mark will be cool with that.
Yeah,
Can
actually, if you'd like to take some debt away, that'd be great.
Yeah,
y'all
get our
see
debt.
the
Do you
screen?
see it?
I can, yeah.
Yep. So
Negative
yeah,
10 million. There it is.
he is
Damn.
Ryan Upchurch net worth is negative $10 million. All right, so respectively, Mr.
Whoa.
Cashville, he's doing okay, right, Bubba? I mean, hey man,
Hey,
people decided to
Beast
come
Boy's
here to
gonna not
comment.
be getting paid soon. Beast
Oh
Boy,
no,
you're gonna have to
Yeah,
change your content. He's not gonna be able to afford no more payments.
I hope he cashed
no,
that check.
not
Yeah, I hope he
Beast
did.
Boy.
Damn. Sorry, I didn't mean to bring up. I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for? Are you kidding?
I was
No,
bringing up other creators.
No, Eli's
Whatever.
sad because he's gonna go away.
yeah,
Because he
I'm
doesn't
like,
have any money anymore.
no, not be. Oh God, the number one most like swept up, dirty little secret that Crack Squad had from damn near day one that I tried to call out multiple times and it got fucking crickets. I saw the views, but the commentary, the reactions were nil. And by the way, I don't know if it's just sheer luck. The universe blessed me and I found a secondary channel he's now trying to grow. I gotta fucking expose that shit. That motherfucker BX beast fucking piece of shit creep motherfucker. Your
He
day.
keeps deleting
Your
my
action.
comments.
Yeah,
Weird. It's
So
almost like
over
if
the
you try
last
to
couple
say
days,
something, it's almost like
over
if
the
you try
last
to say
couple days,
something that's not his narrative, he'll just delete it so nobody can ever see it. So there's no questions.
it got deleted. I left the same comment twice on 2 different videos since I found out that he makes payments to YouTubers, and specifically since I heard Ryan out of his own mouth say he was sending a payment to Beast Boy. My comment to him was, you have been compromised, taking payments to only speak good. Basically, how much will it cost you to speak freely? Comment gone. And since I left that public comment twice, it got deleted, the exact same comment. I've had some weirdness going on behind the scenes of about 100 different Upchurch accounts adding me all of a sudden. They all say that they're Upchurch.
that
Yeah,
is
I screenshotted it. I've got the receipts.
That happened to
crazy.
someone we know, Eli, that you often forget about.
One
have-
more. I made a Summer Wells video 3 years ago with certain music that was never ever copyrighted in my channel. It was within, I went to bed, made that comment, and I woke up at 7:00 in the morning. I had a copyright for the song used 3 years ago in a live stream.
What?
Yep.
Okay. Not shocked. And yes, we do very well know that this kind of behavior is just always reflective and right near the name Upchurch, right near the name Creek Squad, his fan base. And I really please understand and know that, like, to those of you that I know we respectfully disagree on some things. We may have changed our minds about things at different times. We all go through our own journeys in our own good time. We all live the same amount of time, and that's a lifetime. So I appreciate people with that mindset being here regardless. And even if you hear things that you disagree with, I mean, have you guys seen Perchance? And I was reluctant to also talk about other people here, but you guys seen those cards that Cashville is making right now?
Yes.
No.
Essentially he got this very original idea, might I add, of getting like Cabbage Patch like stuff. You remember the Cabbage Patch Kids share from like the 90s?
Yeah.
Early? So
Yeah.
basically
I'm an
it
80s baby.
okay, yes, see, all right. And yeah, I was being born in 84. I'd say I'm half that. But he's essentially making these AI generated cards of, I think, other country independent rappers or country rappers or other people in the scene, and I think he's trying to monetize it. This might be the thing that keeps Ryan out of the hole. I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I'm gonna buy every single one of them. I know that.
Wait, like Pokemon cards?
You could put it that way. I can't.
Like that? Or you mean like playing cards that have like missing
They're
people
not
on
like.
it, but it's like country people?
If you could make it into a game, I think we have $1 billion idea. Upchurch, buddy.
Eli, shut up. Eli, shut up. I want to make $1 billion.
No. This is we're going $1 billion here. I'll cut you in. Let me make my bread first. Yo, Upchurch. I know you got me
They're
blocked on
like the
IG.
Garbage Pail Kids. Yeah, they're like that. Yep.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You guys remember Popples? Who's old enough to remember the Popples?
I feel
that
like I
sounds
do.
okay. You're
It's like a stuffed animal that's like a ball, and you like pop it out, and it's like a bear or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
You remember
Yeah.
that? Man. Okay, we're old.
Now I just every fad from like the early like Pogs, slap-on bracelets. Like
Oh,
I'm in a 90s state of mind right now. By God, what has
Nano.
happened? Oh, and Tamagotchis. Oh
The
God.
Tamagotchi, yeah.
If you're guilty of allowing a Tamagotchi to starve, there's a special place in hell for you.
Oh,
Right? They'd poop all over the damn. I don't know.
My brother in Christ.
What
I got
happens if it happens
ADHD and
multiple
like
times?
50 concussions, dude. Tamagotchis are doomed.
Line up. Oh God. All right. Sorry. I just, okay. That is so very kind. So, man, fuck it. Whatever, man. So there's another fellow. He's the one that went on and had some choice words to say towards Captain Clitters. And you know, people, he did kind of crash out, over talk, maybe disrespected Chelsea. He had some shit to say though. It was strong. Some of it was concise, but by God. Anyway, I'm bringing him up because he is mad at Cashville because he will say that he came up with this idea first, and I'll give it to him. Like on the channel, he was making AI generated images of like me, Josh from Stuck in the Middle, and other country rapper folk or people in this area. He was doing it Garbage Pail Kid style.
Actually,
now Cashville's doing it, and it's getting more attention. And,
if I may, I've never had this opportunity before. I know Martin's watching. Martin, you never made a Garbage Pail Kid card of me, and I'm kind of offended, bro. What the hell, man?
Are you sure?
Not that I've ever seen.
There was something he made, but that is shocking. That's a missed opportunity right there.
He put me in a pirate hat, and then I just thought I looked sexy as hell, so I kept the picture. But no, he's never Garbage Pail Kidded me.
They put you a pirate just because of the dread. That is.
And I was wearing. I have a legit tailcoat with like the collar and like I looked like a pirate. It was pretty fair.
Sorry, I'm thinking about all of the like other trolls, and I guess I don't know. Like it's up to you, the viewer. Was I nothing but an up? I was an Upchurch clout guy, and then I'm just like a troll? I remember when I tried to make something with this channel, I tried to focus on important things, but well, thank you for that. But I think I can understand because there's still people to this day that are mad at me and that use things that I've shared very transparent. Look, I'll continue to overshare. I will trauma dump and overshare. I'll give you all the content and clips you
Well,
want. I
Eli,
have lived.
the
Yeah, go
thing
ahead.
that Upchurch, we all been there. You, me, Seafowls, we've all, right? Because he shouted me out through Kylie Rodney. I like Wiss's mind.
That's
She uses her
right.
own mind. She says she doesn't always agree with me, but she agrees sometimes. I like how she uses her own thinking. And so like, okay, well, here it is. And same for all of you guys. Like, I think it wouldn't be cool if you felt a certain way and you continued being the opposite of what you feel. And then again, we've all had personal stuff, but I didn't be on this page until like the last week, but I watched Steve Fallow go through personal problems. And then that's when I watched Greek Squad attack even further, which is just disgusting, Upchurch. And I watched the same thing happen to you.
Yeah,
So
everyone always like whenever Upchurch's addiction issues come into play, everyone always gets mad at me because I became like the recovery guy and am trying to share my story and do something good with it. But I'm always a dick to Upchurch on the internet. Yeah, because when I was at my lowest, when I was at my rock bottom, he sent his army after me. I'm one
yeah,
guy. He still has not felt the wrath of what he caused. Like, fuck off with that shit. I'm allowed to be mad at him.
Well,
I hope he gets
yeah.
better. Genuinely, one addict to another, I hope he gets better. But
That's
personally,
what I
that was
think
a
too.
shitbag thing to do.
It was.
I when it comes to like the human to human thing, I wish every single addict out there wellness and healing, but like just from I and I'm not supposed to be a judge, but we do that. We can't pretend that we don't. Just everything that I've seen him trying to come off like the country gentleman, the savior of kids. By the by, let me also mention one of the most disturbing elements that is also not revisited very often, and I don't want to over speculate, but that whole fucking bit with him taking the pictures, which is admitted to in the audio of his family, his child, his wife, which could be innocent in nature.
Wait, what?
I mean, I don't know why you would use a cell phone connected to a fucking iCloud to take pictures of your wife and child in any sort of vulnerable states, but then accusing the Trevor of holding it and having it and being the one to have done that, and then like assaulting him and saying you'll get put in jail. That was like, there's just so many pieces of behavior that make me think he is just a piece of shit. I don't know how much is him and how much is drugs. And I think back to like Jordan speaking on Chad's panel. He shows a
Yeah.
pattern of the same type of person that I keep seeing. And I wish it wasn't true. I wish he was the better version. And I wish this Save the Children energy was consistent across the board. But I think he's really a piece of shit. Healing from addiction could only help.
Yeah.
Yeah, even if he
Yeah.
wasn't in this situation, yeah, healing from addiction helps. It's crazy.
It
I
would
mean,
go,
we all three know what we're talking about on that topic too, so I think it's fair.
yeah, almost 3 years, which I'm very happy and proud of. Thank you. It's
Proud of
life
both of you
is.
guys.
What's that?
Proud of both of you.
Oh, thank you. Are you also you're in recovery as well? Like you've been. Sorry, I don't want to ponder out of ignorance here, but are you an avid drinker or no, or
No,
you don't
I
drink at
mean,
all?
I drink sometimes, but I, yeah, well, it's
Lucky.
like 3 times a year. Um,
I
but yeah,
genuinely wish I could do that. I either drink not at all or forever. I don't get to have two and then just go to bed happy.
That's right. I kept hearing in the chat last night that Ryan Upchurch was going to release a video that he didn't want to. What's up, Tanya? Let me
I
check.
saw that. I haven't seen it out yet though. But to be fair, you guys, I got pregnant a couple times, so that helped me quit drinking too.
Oh, yeah. My mother quit cigarettes and everything the moment she learned she was pregnant with me. Let me
That
see.
seems like it would help.
Oh, he's still shouting out people that are only glazing him. By God, man.
Mhm.
Show that you
It's
can
too
take.
obvious now. And the people,
Yeah.
and some people are going to love it because they're going to love, and he knows this, they're going to love that attention from him. Like we all did. We all got happy when he noticed us at one point. I'm not going to lie. And to be honest, I don't even know if you guys know, I didn't know who Upchurch was until my oldest son showed me who he was. And me and my son bonded over listening to Upchurch music. So the day that Upchurch shouted my YouTube channel out, which my kids have always wanted me doing this and think that I'm good at this, keep it up, like they're my number one fans. My son was so like lit over that. He was so happy and like, my mom, so that was a cool moment for me and my kid. But I mean,
I'm
that's how it
laughing
started
at the
though.
comment that Ryan should just get pregnant. That'll help.
Yeah, maybe that would.
I mean, it helps for some. No, it helps for some. We got some people that won't stop the stuff even when they're pregnant. So
yeah.
he
on that
needs to
note,
go somewhere, take some of that money that maybe is hopefully hidden away. And it can't be no 30, 90 days. Ryan's got to go away for like a year or two. Like honestly, and work on him.
yeah, this isn't like a 30-day outpatient situation at
It
this
can't
point.
be.
But
No.
also, to go back to what you were saying about us being happy the first time he shouted us out, like the way it happened with me is I ended up in a video with 2 or 3 of the other people I was associating with at the time. And the 2 other people went to Patty and begged her to beg Ryan to take the video down because he's being mean to them or whatever. Even at that point, I was like, cool, I'm in an Upchurch video. Like, hell yeah, it still hadn't dawned on me, like, how bad this was all about to get. There was a moment where I was like, sick, dude, I don't care if he's clowning on me. I got an Upchurch video. That's cool.
Right.
And then, like, 2 weeks later, it's like, oh, wait, no, this is actually terrible. I hate this.
That's actually very astute to how it felt. Like you're just so kind of, first off, you're kind of green to all that attention that came so fast, so quickly that you're just blinded. So sometimes you're even completely willfully blind to any context of you looking bad because you're just up there and you're getting the attention. But I do remember that specific video. And that was one of the examples where I was like, wow, I think this Upchurch fella is a decent fella, because he did go out of his way to delete that one specific one. But by God, just everything else. This leads me to a question I just thought of. Do you think, like, let's say hypothetically, completely hypothetically, he climbs out of a negative $10 million hole, goes through the 1 to 2 year treatment, comes out and starts making better life decisions? Has he lost all credibility, or do you think there is some sliver of a chance that he can bring it back to any degree?
Hey, I think there's still a chance.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would take a lot of accountability. It would take a lot of owning up to a lot of things, and it would take a lot of work personally to get himself out of the clearly dark headspace he's in. I mean, no one gets like that if it's all unicorns and rainbows.
This is specifically, and I'm sorry, I know I just interrupted, but this is one of the most powerful things that would have made all the fucking difference. And again, I bring up Tramp Stamp because he entered into my chat and then bitched about me talking about it. You don't come in my fucking chat if you don't want me talking to you, especially when he started talking to me. But that motherfucker, Tramp Stamp, didn't apologize to anybody individually. This is a trait that is shared by Mr. Upskirt Crying Crank Sinatra. They don't fucking apologize how it counts. They only do it performatively. They do it to an audience. They do it inside of a chat stream. Like when I put him on the spot to apologize to Xana May, who was there, he had to do all these fucking rope-a-dopes to finally get to it. And I say all that because of the point, if Church wants a true redemption arc, he is going to have to face some of the real victims of his actions and have a sincere come to Jesus moment and express true compassion and remorse. If he can accomplish that, the sky's the limit. Maybe.
And Loki says there, Loki in chat, is that how you say it, Loki? He's gonna have to apologize. And that's one thing I think I told you, Eli, and my brother Benny. I was like, he's too far on the narcissism scale to apologize. because he still thinks he did no wrong. I'm going to be honest, I'm not on the same page with you guys on the whole Zanime thing, but that's okay. Like,
Yeah, no,
that's what it is. So,
I even
and I'll say
prefaced that in
why. I
the
think it's
description.
weird. I think it's weird that she's the one who was representing the family. She was kayaking over the car. She's the one who represented the family through this $1 million whatever. So for me, in my conspiracy mind, that's a little weird for me. But again, I just have to watch more and listen more. So maybe one day I might change my mind about Zanime, but I'm not there right now with the whole Zanime situation. But that's just that.
Yeah,
I'll
no,
leave it at
that's
that.
why I knowing that. Well, first off, this is one of the drawing points why I wanted you specifically up here, because, and I put it in the description. You represent the other people that I don't want them to feel like they have to be quiet because they may have a different opinion of how the case went down. That is still like a very legitimate freedom, and no one is attacking that. There's only like the focus on the consequences of the actions of one Mr. Ryan Edward Upchurch. Like, that is separate. You can still you have the freedom to think whatever the fuck you want. It's just what you
I
put
don't
out
agree with
there
this whole
publicly.
Ihtimal stuff, though. Like poor Ihtimal, I'll say
That
that.
was
But yeah.
oh my god, you just reminded me how fucking crazy that was. The way he wrote that shit out, like the guy Charlie from So East or whatever show it was. Oh my god, I won't even fucking say it.
And the purple and the trafficking, like I
Oh
don't think he like
yeah.
purple is my color because it also represents being a survivor of domestic violence. So purple's that was weird for me. Yeah, anyway, there's that.
You've
I
always
feel
been
like
yep.
with this whole thing, like I think the lesson I'm trying to take from it, again, I've kind of already said this, is like, how does this play into the grand scheme of the world and reality now? So I think now is the more important time for everyone, regardless of what you think about the case or about Ryan's verdict or like whatever. I feel like there is a conversation to be had. Obviously, we all know there's some boundaries now, and you can't just go off and say crazy shit. But I still think there's legitimate discussions to be had that could be like helpful and productive and doesn't just have to devolve into like, well, fuck you because you don't believe this.
Right. Yeah,
That's like this
exactly.
conversation right here is I don't know.
Well,
An
it's
adult
important to me. Like I need to represent something that I preach. Like I do, I'm on a show called Stuck in the Middle, and it is because we have to acknowledge, we have to find a way to coexist, cohabitate, and understand that we don't all think the same. That we're gonna run our own different conclusions, and at the end of the day, fucking just continue to live peacefully amongst each other while being able to use the art of words and or debate. So yes, it was important to me to actually represent that, to have somebody that may have different feelings about the verdict. We don't all have to universally become hypocrites and become a mob mentality crowd that is only going to fucking cheer and ignore anybody else that wants to say something on the contrary. So that's just a careful lesson I wanted to point out. That's the importance you represent to me. You being here, voices. Is your first name public? So, yeah, it's right there.
Yeah.
Share.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I've known it since I was drunk, so it's got to be public.
Yeah, it's out there.
If you don't remember, I don't hold it against you, C-Files, but what was the thing? You probably forgot because it's been
You'd be surprised. I have weird bits and pieces in there that I guess it's trauma. I don't know why I remember it, but
oh, you only have memory because of trauma. Well, all right, by God. What was the thing I told you to actually remember because you said it out loud? I said, "Hey, please hold on to that. Say it on the live stream." If you don't remember, I win $200.
Was it when I think I was making the point that this kind of behavior isn't exclusive to like Ryan Upchurch or even like Creek Squad or this lane, and it happens all over YouTube?
Yeah, but you put it in a better, eloquent way. But if that's the best you got, I can't fault you. It's not my memory, but you now owe me $200. So,
God damn it, let me get back to it. It was
feet to the fire, feet to the fire. My God,
I think I got. Was it when I was talking about specifically the way that Chad's channel can go when he stops talking about Upchurch.
So now I'm reminiscing. I mean, hell, I think we can transparently have that conversation. Chad, you know, I have nothing but respect for you and yours 100%, but it's an honest conversation. I think it's fucking honest.
Well, it doesn't even, I guess it does have to do with him because he would fall into this category. But basically, what I was saying was, I think what everybody needs to keep in mind here is that this isn't just Ryan Upchurch. Like, this is a repeated behavior that happens on all different parts of the internet that are unconnected to each other. So I think what people need to remember here is, if we all just continue to spin this little drama thing and we all just keep arguing back and forth about what happened or what didn't happen, it's just going to devolve into the exact same shit we're all feeling like is just coming to an end. It's just going to turn back into the drama, the doxing, the attacking people. Like, just because Ryan got his doesn't mean everything's over. We
The
have to make the
accountability,
choice.
right?
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
accountability is not universal, and I think what we were getting to was the point of how this may be a W for the Rodneys and for other peoples that became victims in their own right, but it doesn't mean that human behavior in and of itself is going to change whatsoever. So I hope this is a lesson where people can maybe watch out for the red flags and not becoming the very thing that you have now decided is absolutely morally reprehensible. And about Chad a little bit, like I've spoken to them a bit, a little bit. I have a lot of faith that they're going to, and they were very honest about it. So more props to them that they're done with church after the next video that's going to drop, which I'm very excited for. This is the one that's been hinted at. Remember the bottom of the board that Gotcha Man found? Sausage Castle.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So I sent a message that of a theory, what it could be, and it got the check mark. So I don't know, but whatever it's gonna be, apparently it's gonna be a motherfucking doozy. And are you aware of any of that stuff, Cher?
No.
Sausage Castle means nothing to you? You haven't?
No. What am I
Oh
missing? What?
boy. Well, Triple T is the one that had regaled this story during a live stream. But here's something I can remember allegedly from someone's opinion, that whenever there was like I don't know, gatherings or meetings at these gatherings and or social functions, they essentially had I want to call it a log cabin, an area, a place where they had literally it was a no girls allowed
Oh,
environment.
like Brokeback Mountain.
You get the
Basically,
implication.
country rap. Yeah. Yeah.
You just won Wheel of Fortune or Jeopardy. Yeah, that's the
What do I
headline.
get? Negative 10 mil?
Yes. Congratulations. By the way,
Yeah.
this movie set $100 bill will also be sent to you post haste. No, the postage would be too much. Fuck it. You get nothing but my applause.
Damn.
So I am absolutely excited. Morbidly, what a morbid thing to be excited about. I'm guilty. Like, I want the tea, and I want to see, because of his behavior, which has been just disgusting. It's gonna hurt him, but if this is kind of the fuck shit he's been doing in the background, whatever it is, I don't claim to know. I'm fucking intrigued. I'm intrigued. We're
Yeah.
gonna get the whole story, and then
Brian didn't drop his video yet.
oh no, there's nothing there. 8 days ago, he
Okay.
shared somebody else polishing his knob, but and that poor guy and how his world might change. Ugh, all the people that get these shout outs.
No, wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up? What do you got?
No.
No, not going there.
Wow.
I wanted to tell BSR Beachside Rednecks story because I sent him the link last night because Chad kept bringing up, oh, I want the guy who got the guitar to come up. He was just tapped out. BSR works hard. He has a huge, wonderful family he takes care of, and he does his thing. But I'm gonna do my best to tell it. And there was, back when I was a church glazer, I did a parody of him, and long since deleted. But I apologized to BSR a couple times since. But basically, the story is they met on complete accident at a on a vacation. I forget where, near the beach. BSR had his family with them. God bless him. They really vibed out. I think he was already a fan. They did shrooms to mushroom topping, fucking pizza toppings. I did that fantastically, and they vibed the fuck
Look at
out
my
for the
background.
weekend.
That's what they did.
Yeah, exactly. Even though I just said it in plain ass English, and then it was such a you know amazing experience that Upchurch was like, here, take my guitar, and he signed it, gave it to the dude. A little bit of time passes. BSR is like, yo, man, I want to sell this for charity or something to that degree. And Upchurch gets wind of it and took a huge offense to it, like you fucking cut off his thumb toe, and he set the dogs on him. Set the dogs on him because why? Because why? And he did something badass. He went on a live stream and destroyed the fucking guitar that had some value to make a point. And he also became a target. See how easy it is to become a
It's
target?
yeah,
Sorry, you
yeah.
buffered out a little bit there. But yeah, it is so dangerously easy. Like, by God, man, thankfully I can't put myself in the shoes of a father and be terrified of my kid going on this fucking internet shit. I with Roblox, with like every terrible thing we hear about like creeps on the internet. I couldn't cope. I couldn't do it. I don't think I'd even try. It's fucking
You
scary
know,
on
that's
so many
something he
levels.
really needs to actually think about. Veterans off. He's got a child now. It sounds like he wants more. I don't know, but like this is all out. She's gonna see all this one day. It's a daughter, if I'm not mistaken. This is all out there for
Mhm.
her to see one day, and that time is gonna come a lot quicker than he thinks. Like once you have a kid, it's like where's time,
Uh-huh.
right? And man, I hate that for that baby. I hate that for the future little girl. Because if it's not her finding it, her friends are going to be showing her. And we know what the internet is today. I can't even imagine 10 years
Oh
from
god,
now, you know. So,
terrifying. I
I
thank you
mean,
for
dude,
that.
like, you, this, I, man, I don't know. I
The
feel
internet
bad for
is
that
forever.
child. Yeah, it's
This
forever.
this archive, like, once he would be able to say, this is the epic legacy I've left behind of positivity, community, and this, that, and the other, but this is what it's going to be. I truly hope he does find God and has the great turnaround redemption, not just solely for himself, but for his family and for that child. And it makes me
Yeah.
think even more. So here's where my bias comes in regarding the verdict. That Kaylee Ross chick that he accused of being Kylie Rodney, who was on social media and had to disappear from social media because he put her on his fucking, like, irresponsibly, just with his whole chest
I
out, said
remember that.
that's who this person is. You remember the picture? He found a different teenage girl and accused the
Yeah.
living teenage
I
girl. Yeah,
remember.
that's also where it became harder for me to keep on defending. And I remember now I'm actually having the visual memory because my videos are still up. I don't
So he
erase.
was like, "Show me videos, show me pictures that Kylie Rodney existed," and it's like, did you look? Because I found videos of her singing, playing piano, like even by her car. I think that's one thing he was like, "Show me by her car." I believe I've seen that. Um,
I'll
like I
say
said, I
it
believe
was
she was a real
AI
person.
before AI was popular.
Yeah, he. You know what? This is total bullshit. I'm joking, but knowing how he seems to rock and roll, he starts some kind of fucking drama, and then an album's about to drop. So let me get my name out there in the algorithms and populate it so that somehow this correlates to my album selling more. I hope I'm wrong on this baseless
I've
assumption.
heard that. No, I've heard that, and he did drop music around that. You're
Uh-huh.
right. Yeah, you're right.
Wasn't
You're
I don't
right.
know, one of his biggest albums, I feel like, was maybe completely unrelated, but it was around that same time frame, right?
Yeah, like she just confirmed, yeah, there was an album that was dropped that would just happen to be when all this upheaval and all this attention was being wrought. And the visual memory I'm getting is I started to actually independently question his conclusions, and I started to see the people that embraced me start to turn on me because I wasn't simply yes manning all the way to the fucking bank. I just couldn't do it. This is where I made a decision to put my truth, or what I felt to be the truth, my convictions, me who as I am, or who I believe myself to be, on the forefront and stand on it. And asking questions was just not in favor. It was not the thing to do.
11 months ago. I'm looking at his album releases right now. Remind me how long ago Kylie Ronnie's case was. Sorry, I must
As a matter of fact, I have
It
that
was
pulled
like
up.
21, 22-ish, somewhere in there.
Okay.
Because I quit drinking end
Yeah.
of 22, so
August 2022.
Okay.
Drowning, no foul play. I did a Grok search regarding the verdict before we did this live, just in case. There's I don't know if there's any talk about an appeal.
complete side note. Speaking of Grok, I'm too poor for Grok. I have to subscribe to X Platinum or whatever the fuck to use Grok.
I don't pay for a damn fucking thing. I just use it.
Every time I try to use it, it tells me no, give me money.
I think they want you to pay now to get your check, your blue check
Yeah,
mark.
that's all.
I don't have that either.
Yeah, no, you don't. But you don't need to pay for the usage of Grok. I'm telling you. Put
I
my hand on
can't,
the.
probably because I don't have the check mark. I guess that's it.
No,
I tried to do it the other day to troll someone in their own comments, and it wouldn't let me. It's like, God damn it, Grok.
I don't have the check mark, and I'm using Grok every day, especially for the Stuck in the Middle show.
No,
this feels racist somehow. I know we're both white, but this feels racist.
Oh yeah, it's DEI's fault, by the way. Just I'm white passing, by the way. How dare you? Did you want to say something? You were looking something up, by the way.
Oh, I was trying to see. I saw all his album releases, but I couldn't see dates on some of them. I was trying to see when.
That would be a damning outline. That's not a bad idea at all. Just for as a good point of reference, like on record, to show how his levels of drama would uptick during sales.
We'll find it. We'll get it. I'll get true crime on it.
Well, yeah, because
hold on. No, you need an X account for free. Oh, do you have an account? You have to have an account. You don't have to pay for it.
I have an account. I thought I did. What the fuck is up with my ex?
You're doing it wrong. But okay.
Twitter. That sounded like I was talking about a woman. What's up with my ex?
Okay, now I thank you.
What's her name? I'll find out.
Please don't.
Oh God, yeah. Matter of fact, no.
Oh, her address, everything.
I don't care. Don't want to know.
The flashback there. Only true OGs know. Oh my God, what a veritable demon. Which I have no qualms about saying. Come at me. I know you might bush watching out there. You ended up being real scum, and I question any of your support and friendship to that one person I'm talking to that I won't name because, by God, you went through it. Yeah, no. Just keep looking around. She's out there.
No? Oh, hey, shit. When did you guys get here?
Oh, yeah, you just had an out-of-body experience. I get you, man. I would, too, voluntarily, just to escape the wrath.
Anyway, I can't use Grok. You said that. And
yeah.
Me that.
I was just thinking now, again, about some of the other characters, like just the people that came in the form of that blind support. The people, like, I still remember their user handles, like the ones that would throw money at me because a guy said my name, because I said the opinions that he shared. It's just so fucking crazy. You remember that German guy that was in my community and in your community, and he would show us like fucking Polaroids to prove he's a billionaire, and he said his daughters were big fans of us, and then of course when he saw we were no longer in Crack Squad favor, he was, I think it's time to part ways. He would talk to me on the phone. He wanted me to talk to his daughters. I'm like, nah, it's okay.
Okay. What? You too?
Yeah.
I was just sitting here thinking to myself, I'm still not sure if that was a scam or not. He did the same thing to me too. You were gonna
And
go live in his mansion with his hot Swedish daughter, and everything was gonna be
yeah,
cool.
three of them. And he also promised like insane amounts of money, but never donated like other people donated.
Yeah, but then when we don't have to get into this, this is
We get in whatever the fuck we
completely
want.
unrelated.
I want to hear it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
fine. So that dude is talking all this shit about having all this money and I'm so rich and whatever, whatever. Then we had another person who allegedly was having some financial struggles that was asking everybody in a Discord I was a part of for a couple $100 here, a couple $100 there for whatever. And Mr. Rich Swedish man never sent him a dime, but he would sure ask me if I could help.
I sent $50. Yeah. I never have had that discussion with said
I
person.
would have whooped your assy life. I knew that.
Yeah.
It wasn't to the Swedish dude. It was to someone else.
Someone else that was just in that
Oh.
Yeah. But my point is, Mr. I have all the money was never stepping up whenever dude was like, hey, I need some help. That money man would run around and ask everybody else, but he himself would never pony up.
I have a question. Was this hot Swedish daughter supposed to be a minor?
So out of the
I
three,
thought she was 18, allegedly, is what I was told. I don't even know if she was real.
Feels like
The whole thing could have been bullshit.
Kind of set up, possibly, so Upchurch could have dirt on you guys. Like,
Here,
look at they were going to talk to a minor or something. I don't know. I'm just wondering.
You're not crazy off base at all, and that is the kind of mind skepticism you need to have. Like, this is the lessons we've learned. This is how you either decide to stick around or fucking go delete or just stay offline, because there is shit out there like that. So I'm trying my best to remember. He sent me pictures of his three daughters, all blonde haired, blue eyed, and I'm trying to remember now that
was one of them standing by a sink for some reason.
Yeah,
he was sending us the same pictures, bro.
They're probably fake. You guys have to like Google reverse search.
That's what I'm saying. He was sending us. So this whole thing was bullshit. He was just trying to scam people.
This sounds like a setup.
He
the exact same pictures, like they're his daughters. He didn't have different.
He would only share like Polaroid style. He sent me a picture of him. I don't know if it was a Discord or what. Of him in full scuba gear, like out in the ocean, and then he deleted it. This was him proving it to us. But the three daughters. I'm trying to remember. I think that I don't know. I'll falsely speak. I think there was one that was in the teenage years, and then the other two were older. The oldest being in her 20s.
That sounds right. He had like a couple that it was like 22 or 23, and then one was like 18 or 19, and one was like 16.
I'm gonna rip the band-aid off a little bit. Fucking catharsis and life experience. Hey Thor, buddy, I'm really intrigued how you're doing. I'm sorry that you felt once I fell out of favor with the squad German fella living in Germany that I was no longer worthy. But how you doing, bud? If you're still out there bushwatching, what the fuck were you about? You were the trippiest cat to talk to. Why would you spend hours? You alleged millionaire, billionaire, spending hours talking about how I could my career was gonna go fucking explode. Dude, he was
allegedly. We don't know.
He was totally gassing me up. Like, yeah, what the fuck? And then the other one, she actually came out of hiding after I mentioned her, and it's hilarious to me. If anything, that gives me a narcissistic sense of control. And based on the piece of shit she was a true perfect cult member. She was telling me what to say to who, to either start a beef or to apologize on whatever's behalf. I was nothing but a puppet with some influence to her. And that was a false attorney named Jamie who made a big fool of herself. I'm sure she'll hear about this, and she'll come out of the blue again saying, "You don't want this smoke, Eli." Oh,
I guess let that be a lesson as well, since we're kind of on this topic. Like, I also realize that there's a lot of people that will try to use people like Upchurch because they have power and influence. And that also is not exclusive to the 3 million follower YouTubers. Like, you can be an idiot with 1,000 followers like I was, and there's still going to be people that just try to latch on and use you to do their dirty work. Like,
Yeah, that the biggest thing, like, fuck it, man. Like, forgiven but never forgotten. And I've expressed to you personally and publicly, my great drunken crash out, which was one of the moments that led to me choosing sobriety. Um, fuck. Oh God, please remind me what I was just saying. I'm having what I call a bited moment.
One of your
I know I
drunk
did
crack outs.
a
Wake up!
drunk crash. Okay,
Wake up, buddy.
the
I
time
did
you
it.
went, the time you went full New York mafioso on
Yeah,
me at like two
because
o'clock in the morning.
yeah, and I told you why,
Wait,
right?
what?
Okay, all right. I was in the
What did
middle of
you do, Eli?
this
You're like,
is
Seaballs, I'm going to come there and I'm going to cut one thread one by
I had,
one.
you're
to
not
be
too far
fair,
off.
I had a part in this too. Me and Eli were going back and forth. You'll find out why. Me and Eli were
Oh,
going back and forth, and I was being a dick to him. Like, he had a reason to do this, but
But
sir,
even so, like, we were both going at each other. And whatever the case, I just so happened to be on a Sopranos binge. I had some time and I was binge watching I wanted to watch it from the first episode to the end. And I was into, like, I don't know how many seasons there are. Let's just say I was into season 4, like, deep in that motherfucker. So I'm drunk and I'm super riled up and pissed off because I heard some shit that C-Files had said, which we learned later that somebody was actually tweaking videos. And I called him, and by God, I was Tony Soprano. I was telling him, like, you mother, I can't do it. I'm
it
not
was
doing
Seaballs,
it.
how
literally
did it go? Tell us,
no.
Seaballs.
It's like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm insomnia and newly sober, so I just wasn't sleeping. I was just up all night, and I'm like eating fucking chicken, watching YouTube, and Eli calls me. The fuck do you want, asshole? It's 2 in the morning. He's like, well, listen here, you motherfucker. Here's what we gonna do. Do I have to meet up with you and we gonna fucking do this somewhere, bro? And I was like, bro, when did you become full fucking Tony Soprano mafioso? What is this, Eli?
He was
Fuck you,
on point.
motherfucker.
Like, he had no
Good.
idea in the moment how on the money he was. He dead named me right there. He's like, "Why do you sound like Tony Soprano?" But inside, I'm so still fucking losing my shit, angry. I'm like, "Holy shit, he's on to me."
That's so funny. I'm sorry.
I
I wish I was a fly on the wall for that. I'm not going to lie.
That should have been recorded for entertainment
It
purposes
was so
only.
like I wish I could have had cameras on both of us because he was going in on me and like he was sure he was being so intimidating and blah blah. Blah. I'm just like eating chicken, like bro, why are you talking like that, man? What the fuck is going on, dude?
Yeah, you didn't even have like the courtesy to show me some level of shock. Just like, dude, why are you sound like exactly like Tony Soprano? Why does
Did
it sound
you
like you're
laugh?
from New Jersey right now? He may have broken me inside, but by God, I kept the shell strong. Oh, I
that's
remember
so
what I was
funny.
going to reference. We were talking about some of the other characters that have come up during our existence here at C-Files. It was that pivotal moment when that other fucker, Mr. I invent fake ex-girlfriends so that I can intimidate you. That guy with his channel in the prison community, whatever the fuck that is. It was that stream. That was one of the things that hurt me the most because everybody that kind of rode with me based off of complete lies from one dumb bitch named Miss Chronic Chronicles also made up complete fucking lies about me. And then there's 4 people streaming talking shit about me for 4 hours. So that pent up anger and rage is what led to incidents like me drinking and then wanting to get fucking crazy. And I did it to somebody else. So I've apologized and made amends with everybody I made an ass of myself to. I think like it's not crazy or radical to hope that the person we're holding the most accountable, that has the most accountability, is able to do something similar. And I think that's why I was trying to kind of tie it all in. But
Yeah, man, it's not that we haven't all like
It's not
gone at each
something
other
in
and
my life.
like I'm 100% culpable. Is that the word I'm looking for?
Culpable.
Like I absolutely had a hand in a lot of bullshit that went on back then. Like I don't think any of us, no one knew what was actually going on, and everyone was kind of being forced to pick a side. So at a certain point, you would just kind of go with a narrative for a little while just so everything would cool down. And like, is it the right thing to do? No, but when you have that much pressure on you, how else are you supposed to react?
it's so much easier to go along with the tide as opposed to going against it, which is why I think this is like a primitive kind of human trait that we all have innate inside of us. If we see 100 people all angry at the same person, even if we have no idea who the fuck it is, we're gonna for some reason feed on that energy, that vibe, or just wanting to feel like a part of the group as opposed to the individual. We're gonna jump on the bandwagon. Where anybody that says that they would be the different anomaly that would go stand in front of that one person in front of the 100, you got to go through it first. Talk is cheap. Experience and going through it is what teaches these valuable lessons.
I
All of
like
the
what
things.
Bass Girl just said. It's like a pick a path book come to life, and we all have to live and learn.
Bass Girl
Yeah.
is one of the true OGs, by the way. Like, she's been around. She was there watching some of the insanity. She knows firsthand some of the people we're referencing and not dead naming here. Barry, you know what? Because I hate
Barry.
this vague shit. I fucking hate it. Yeah, he fucking is. He literally texted me one day trying to intimidate me. He never took account. Like, he apologized after a certain span of time. Damage was done. People turned on me, and that's when I decided to hide my channel for I think 1 month, and I came back because it was overwhelming to see, to witness people that like they appear to give you so much trust and sincerity, and it's just on a dime because of a third party. That broke me a little bit. But yeah, that fucking asshole right there, Fett Breaking Grove fucking asshole. He invented. He sent me a text and said, "Yo, I got one of your exes here that's got some dirt on you, and I'm gonna do a live about it." And I know my history, and I said, "Dude, there's no ex of mine that would talk to you and agree to talk bad about me. Like, I know what I've done. I know my history." So I called him out on it, and he just, what do you think somebody in that position does when you kind of call their bluff? He just went silent and had nothing more to say.
So, real quick, while I'm in the comments here, I guess I appreciate that, Base Girl, and I'm sorry that we all got caught up in all of the bullshit. But no, I appreciate that. It was all a bunch of nonsense, and I think all of us are kind of at the point where we would all like to move on, but I don't think I've officially apologized for my part in that either. Also, since we're just talking about the whole Fetty thing now, yeah, dude, from the perspective of, I guess to tie this into the bigger conversation here, if you want to look at this from the perspective of a portion of how the Rodney family must have felt, dude, it was shocking to me when Fetty did the same thing to me, just decided fuck Seafowl. Well, at the time it was Seafowls and his girlfriend, but either way, fuck Seafowls, and he went on this rant about me, blah blah blah. And I had people who I had been calling brother for the past few years all of a sudden just be like, Seafowls is fucking dead to me. Like, you guys don't think that didn't break my heart to see that? Like, you don't think that wasn't emotionally fucked up? And again, that's not millions of people. That's Joey's little channel with a couple thousand, however many he had at the time. But like, the emotional toll that can take on somebody is real, dude. I was
Yeah.
straight up depressed.
That betrayal,
Yeah.
and then you compound it by the amounts of people that you were so certain were like diehard, like legitimate, sincere friends, and how you have no control. They just, on a whim, they turn against you. That was jarring. So that is the empathy that helps me to feel justice for a family like the Rodneys. And I saw Wicked just mentioned he was shouting me out today. Why in the flying fuck? I don't give a shit. Like, thank you for letting me know. There is no bridge to mend here. You pulled the lowest scheming kind of shit. To see the extent that some people are willing to go should tell you all you need to fucking know. So I'm happy where we are. Thank you.
Damn, I'm glad you didn't beachside. Or I don't know.
No, but
Jesus.
DSR is like a
I
professional.
don't know.
That's the guitar guy, by the way. That's the man who he met up. I told your story, by the way. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I told your story to the best of my ability, BSR. So re-listen for that. I
So
gotta clip this story.
Upchurch was not for him doing good with that guitar and helping with a charity. That's
Yeah,
correct.
I just want to confirm that it was either for charity or just to get. I think it was a donation, and yeah, it was to a charity or something, or it was for sale so he could get a couple bucks for his family. Either which way,
Mhm.
that's the one of the
The
two
radio,
options.
yeah.
And yeah, full on attack, fangs out, hounds out, absolute insanity.
It
And
goes
that
along with what I've been hearing. Then he seems to like to give people things and then somehow get them
it
back.
was for charity, by the way. Yeah,
Yeah,
Wow.
confirmed.
Oh, that's not cool.
No,
Oh,
that's
that's.
another. Yeah,
Can I
that's
ask what kind of charity?
yeah. Feel free to
Not
confirm.
that it matters, because charity is charity, and it's effed up either way, in my opinion. Even if you needed help with your family, it's effed up that he wouldn't
that's
allow it.
that's also a valid point. He also just said and good PR, which like obviously
Uh,
giving to charity is good, but yeah, if you're also helping the dude get good PR and he
oh,
still just told you to fuck off.
to
Oh,
help two kids with, I guess, cleft lip surgery, which I actually have
ah.
a friend with that who needed that. And yeah, wow.
It was so epic to be in the live stream he went on and destroyed that fucking guitar. So epic just because of the insanity and the level of baseless attacks from strangers and tweakers and crackheads. Oh my. Like, yeah, he had every right. And to think that somehow, in some way, that was an L to the cult members. They made him the common enemy. It's so much easier when you go around in life with a parade of your own people, of yes men, and point at someone and all agree that's the enemy because you're never forced to self-reflect. This is like third party information, but I've never known Barry. Like he might not be somebody that I know personally, but posted a young girl's address maliciously in a misdirected fit of fucking. If that's the case, then he has not changed one fucking bit, and let it be known that that is the activity. And I hope it's called out continually, and that you have your
Yeah.
own comeuppance to
Yeah,
that
I'll
individual.
vouch for Barry. Barry's never given me bad information, and I have talked to him personally a couple of times. Also, Joey does that shit, dude. He gets mad. Remember when he doxed himself?
Yeah.
He tried to blame me for that. He said I doxed him. I was like, Joey, you fucking put your prison paperwork out there, bro. You doxed yourself.
Yeah,
Fucking idiot.
you forgot how charismatic you are, though. See, Fowles, he just got to look at them baby blues or whatever the fuck you're rocking, and he was like, "Oh well, whatever you." Yeah, see, he was like, "Oh, okay, my prison papers, with all my personal. Here you go. Oh, I'm sorry, I was lost in the magic of Steve House's eyes. Did I just dox myself? Steve House, fuck you. I'm gonna watch The Sopranos for a year and call you at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're eating chicken."
Please do. It's also weird
What?
how often I get like, oh my god, I'm getting lost in your eyes.
I
No,
should keep the
stop it.
girl on.
Sorry. I wasn't busy getting lost in your eyes. I'm
Oh
reading.
yeah, dude. Lewis is here. There's a girl on.
Yeah, you piece of shit.
A married girl, very
Yeah,
married
yeah,
girl,
happily married woman. But no,
happily married girl.
the joke is here, Sherry, is that this IRL friend of mine, asshole, piece of shit, good person, fucker, uh, Lewis, for I don't know, maybe a year, he's been chasing me down on this channel and the Stuck in the Middle podcast and just spamming, put a girl on, put a girl on. So that's why we're like, hey, look, you asshole. So yeah, thank you for for just finally owning this troll. I
There
am.
you go.
Does anybody else remember Chronic Chronicles? Miss Chronic
Yes,
Oh
Chronicles?
yes,
You really?
yes, yes.
Oh my god! Like I need to let that shit go. But out of everybody, when I did my apology tour, because I believe in really at least trying for accountability and reaching somebody, talking to them privately, one on one, not performatively,
Yeah.
apologizing. So when I went through this, and other people did so on the reverse, people apologized to me for the stream of just dogging me for 4 fucking hours. She's the only one that stuck with the lie and never corrected the record and never apologized. Instead, she just ran off the internet. So yeah, fuck you forever. for all of that damage that you caused and tried to uphold. And I introduced her to all of these little communities because she had so much anxiety. I spent hours on the phone with her as she cried just so she'd feel better about, trying to grow her channel. So yeah, I'm petty, I guess. I'm not above being
He's
that.
petty. Yeah, he's petty.
Yeah.
But
Uh-huh.
that's again, it's not petty though because of the shit
No,
she was trying to say about you. Everybody always takes it to sexual crimes, and it's really fucking hard to come back from that, even if you prove that you didn't do it. Like,
that's
Well,
the number one thing to put on you men. Like you said, the PDF file thing. I mean, they said that about my husband too. It's just like for the number one thing they throw at me, I'm a crackhead, whatever. I've never done crack, but whatever. Uh, crackhead, whore. Like that's the number one thing thrown to women and men. The easiest thing, the number one thing that's going to hurt you more, if it's not you're a woman beater, you harm children. And I've seen it in almost every genre. It's the easiest thing to sling at you men, and it's that
me
happens
too.
today
100%.
again. I want to know who it is. You tell me. You get C-Fowl's my number. I want to know because I
Miss
got
the Chronic Chronicles, her allegation, because she sent me photos. I think she tried to say that I persuaded her or forced her to send me pictures or some shit. That's fucking crazy work.
And
dude. I've known you for years. I
I
yeah,
can't even
also
picture
was
that.
hearing I was also hearing about stalking and
that's
unasked
hilarious. Oh
for
my god.
pictures and just a whole bunch of shit, dude.
Mhm.
The part of the reason her and I ended up having a falling out, which spiraled into almost everything else now that I think about it, is because you and I had started talking again and we're starting to piece together. People were clipping me and sending it to Eli out of context and saying he's talking about you, and then clipping Eli and sending it to me out of context and saying he's talking about you. All this shit's going on. Me and Eli start to figure that out, and Miss Chronic was still, I remember me and another person and her were on a Discord call one day, and on the call she went, "Oh my god, Eli's trying to friend me on," it was like Skype or some random shit, and I was like, "I don't think
Darn- darn-
that's true." And I called you that day and was like, "Hey man, are you trying to bother her on Skype? Like what is going on?" And you were like, "Bro, I swear on my life I don't even have Skype."
Yeah, that's exactly what I
Right
was gonna
there I was
say.
like, "Okay, so she's just trying to, all right."
This is the worst I did in retaliation was leave comments on her public posts. That's the worst.
You
That-
How
bully
dare
you.
you?
I know.
How could you?
Such a
Luis had just got back from Costa Rica, and did y'all know prostitution is legal in Costa Rica? Yeah, thoughts on that? I don't know how that just stuck out.
Lewis,
I
I need
Their
you
mean,
to
body,
go
their
to the
choice.
nearest clinic and get all of that
Get
fixed
checked.
up. Get it all
yeah.
Get
fixed
checked.
up. Not
Clean
even get
yourself
checked.
up.
He hasn't cured the first batch.
If a woman wants to do that with her body, then that's on her, and I support it. But if she's being forced, I don't support it.
It's amazing.
It-
He is legitimately a decent human being in real life, but online he's a complete fuck ass.
I
Fair
can
enough.
sense the sarcasm a little. I don't know, but I don't really
Yeah,
know.
yeah, that's his only saving grace.
Yeah,
All right.
I
Well,
have kind of the same opinion of whatever, like your body, your choice. Also, if it's legal, it's undeniably safer for everybody involved. Like, say
Yeah,
what you will about it, but it is safer. So I guess I'd rather have it done legally than not if it's going to be done.
yeah.
uh, have what done legally?
Prostitution.
Yeah,
Prostitution,
yeah, definitely legally
sex,
as opposed to
sex
the
work.
latter. I agree. All right.
Yes,
Sorry.
get checked,
Sorry,
Lewis.
sorry. I got so base girl is what I've been calling her for years, and I'll still never get corrected. Bass girl, base girl.
Bass
The
girl.
the
I think that's the same Bass girl from my true crime world, if I'm not mistaken.
quite possibly so. She's been around before me.
Cool people. I
She really is.
think it's Bass girl because I used to be confused too. And like, is it Bass girl or Bass girl? I feel like it's fishing.
Okay, well well, I don't want to dox what the country she's in, but yeah, quite possibly. I was just gonna mention like she makes a nice, legitimate, good
Hi.
energy comment the energy split the atom, and I get it twisted up with Lewis's troll bullshit. And I thought Base Girl had said, just spit on it. Like instead of getting it checked, just spit on it and it'll fix it. Sorry. All right. On that, guys,
Yeah, it's Bass Girl. It's Bass Girl.
is Bass Girl,
Yeah.
not Base. It's
Bass.
Bass.
Yeah,
All
like
right.
the fish.
I'm gonna have to write it down and get it tattooed like a tramp stamp because I can't get it fixed in my brain space. But all right, guys, this is I've been loving this. I need to go to the gas
Me
station and get
too.
cigarettes, and I start my new position at my work. I have been promoted. My first day of my promotion begins tomorrow morning, early.
Congrats. That's amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
We're
And
gonna do this again, you two. This was
I would
good.
love
Really
to.
good.
I would love
Yeah.
to. I just want to say thank you to Share Voices Behind the Wall. Please, please check her channel out. Like, subscribe, do all the things. Get engaged with her and her community, her people. You will get 100% every take on any case that comes to mind, given that it's got some attention. And if it doesn't, she will put the attention there for you to just get so invested. She has one of the most unapologetic, unique takes because she forces you to look at every element and search inside. And she's one of the core reasons why I'm so thankful to be on a platform.
You
and have
are
that
allowed
level
to
of gratitude.
disagree with me, okay? That
Yeah.
makes conversation so much better. You don't have to be like, oh, I just this isn't Creek Squad. You're allowed to disagree. I love having people who don't fully agree on anything, and I think I like that. So
I think that's why your channel has been able to last for as long as it continues to, because it is a place where people are allowed to say anything and everything. Seafouls, you are a man that has partaken in starting your own business that I'm fucking rooting for you. I want you to continue. But that being said, yeah, he's kind of a big deal now. They know him at Waffle House. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah, first of all, Waffle House knows me, so
it goes down in the Waffle House, y'all.
Yeah,
I sell skateboards and skateboard accessories now.
I saw your website. I checked it out last night, actually.
Thank you. Yeah, nice. So I'm doing that, and then I got a whole bunch of other stuff in the works that's gonna take some time to get everything up and going. But ultimately, the new goal with YouTube, now that I'm done with all the drama nonsense, basically I'm just trying to use skateboarding as a recovery tool and like spread recovery through the joy of skateboarding. It saved my life, so I guess I have to give back somehow.
Love that. Get my contact info from Eli privately, and then let me help share your links and stuff out on my channel. And
hell to the hell to the. And I was telling him, dude, you should definitely do IRL streams. I mean, homeboy's in LA, bro, going to skate parks. I think he should. But is there a reason why you said you sound like the Carney Hank Hill? I sell skateboard and skateboard accessories.
Because I was making that joke.
Is that the reference?
Yeah, I was hoping someone would catch that. Yeah.
Had to confirm. Sorry, did I interrupt? I think I heard myself over talk you. But yes, I will send information. You know, hey, I used to say it's the unifiers, and we help each other grow up. You know, right here where it counts. Because at the end of the day, we all want to see everybody succeed, and that's true to the core. So thank you, Seafouls. Please like, subscribe, do all the things. Seafouls is there. I can promise you, if he hasn't posted in a minute, he will. Once again, support any endeavor that you can. And from me, I just want to say, please just type @ stuck in the middle. It's a show where I put the blood, sweat, tears, and effort into going on twice a week, if not 3 times. We talk about all the controversies, talk about a place where there is no expectation of agreeing. I hope you do give it a shot, like, subscribe, do all the things, and I'll see you on Thursday. And with that being said, God bless one and all. Thank you so much. And I'm very happy about the justice that the Rodneys received. And I respect all different opinions. And with that, just thank you. All right. That's it, guys. I'm hitting the end button unless you have a final word. Peace out. All right. Good night, y'all.
Bye.
Lights.